video for you. And I got a new job. It's pretty interesting. I want to show you what it looks like. I now make augers. And here it is. It's all shiny. And this is what one of my machines looks like. This is one of the good ones. This is 701. Now these machines are very old. They were made back in the 40s, I believe. And I gotta say, they're really cool. These were built back when things were meant to be adjusted by hand. And these are what could be called solid state type machines. Again, so sorry for how loud it is. But these things are awesome. They're set up so that way they catch all of their metal chips at the bottom. They've all got this nice, pretty reservoir full of oil. This guy needs to be cleaned out. Right now I'm busy doing all the oiling for all of them. But this is 701. And this is how you adjust the cutting. Got a nice, what is that one right there? I think that's 100, no, that's a 96 tooth sprocket right there with 1 and 2 idlers. And then we've got a little 21 toother right there. And then these gears right here, they don't get changed. They're the actual drive gears. These guys, on the other hand, they get changed for cuts and stuff like that. These two, these are just meant to change direction. So as you can see, this one is turning to the left. That transfers to here, which turns it to the right, which transfers that to here, which turns that to the left again, which transfers to this guy, which turns to the right. And that's how they should be turning when the job is being done correctly. Now, one thing about these machines is they have to be cared for very, 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 very thoroughly. So now I'm going to show you how many oilers just 701 has on it. So let's count. We've got one little guy right here. Put the oil down in that hole, and that guy oils up this bearing. This guy right here is like a big threaded shaft that runs all the way underneath to the other end of the machine, and that's what pulls the whole cutter head this way and back and forth. It's kind of like its drive shaft. So there's one little guy right there. There's another little guy right there, if you can see it. Then there's this guy and this guy. Oh, then there's another little guy right there with his little tiny hatch. Oh, there's one right there. There's another little guy right there. You can see him. There's that guy up top. Then most of them have one right there. And that actually oils up a shaft that turns this drive sprocket right here. We're gonna walk around, do. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then this guy doesn't have any, but I can show you machines that do. So 700 and 701 are 2 of our small machines. So that's 1, 2, 3, which isn't working right now, 4, which is working, 5 is working, 6 is not working. These are all of our small length machines. And when I say small, meaning that they can only handle up to what looks like about 1.5 inches, maybe a 2-inch piece of round rod stock in here, and they're fitted for 1.5 inch collets. Now, a collet, what a collet is it's a special plastic plug that is this guy. What this guy does is it holds the rod in place so it doesn't vibrate everywhere while you're cutting it, and it allows it to be held in place so that way this comes out like this. I'm using a lot of thises and that's, and this is why I'm still learning, but I find this very interesting. As you can see, they're all roughly the same in their build and layout, but they're slightly different, each and every one of them. Some of them have these nice control panels like this, which I love. They're really easy to use. Some of them, however, are not quite so much. Like one of my favorites, 708. As you can see, there is no control panel, but we have our start and our stop. This switch right here controls the safeties that turn the machine on and off when it reaches a certain length, which are these guys. These are called stops, and they're hooked up to these two electrical devices that when it moves a certain distance, it lifts the arm out and stops the machine and shuts it off. Now this is a big boy. This piece of rod that's in this machine right now, that is a 2 1/4 inch piece of stainless steel, right there. And we're cutting it so it'll have a really nice round flight. You see we got 2 cutter wheels in there with the cutting oil and everything. Now this is one of the slightly different models. Those 2 switches affect the travel of the machine and the direction of the cutter. Those usually don't get touched depending on the job that's being handled. But these guys, sometimes they're a little different as far as the oilers go. Like the bigger machines have these nice big jars on them. They probably hold about 1 quart of oil a piece. But they're all slightly different. Like, see, this guy has a big oiler, which makes sense to me, but then he's got this little tiny oiler right here, which is only like yay big, as you can see in comparison to my hand, and I have little hands. This guy's working on a piece of, I think, what does it say here? 1.5 inch, 303. And that, when this machine is done, this whole rod is going to look like this. Now I have to be careful because it has sharp edges like this, which is actually why I'm wearing a glove. My finger got cut the other day. But that's what it'll look like if everything is set and it's done right. And these are measured out to like the 1,000th of an inch. So they're pretty exact. Now, the time for one of these can be pretty long. Like the 2 machines I'm getting ready to show you have both been working on a project for like 2 days apiece. So first one is going to be 714, which is this guy. And that right there, that's an auger that measures roughly 85 inches in length. All stainless steel, all perfectly cut. And I still have, this is technically my stop. And the bottom of the machine right here is what has to touch that stop. And it's taken 2 days to get from all the way down there to here. And it still probably has another day before it gets from here to there. And this needs to be sent out immediately. But there's really nothing we can do. You have to cut it at a certain speed so that way you don't break the cutters or mess up the auger that you're trying to cut. Ooh, I'm lacking a little bit. This is one of the machines I haven't got to yet. So when I see shit like this is bad. It's not, you know, the end of the world. The machine is still obviously going to run fine, but it's low, and I prefer to keep these guys topped off. Because again, they're 80-year-old machines. This guy, 715, this has been working on this same auger, I think for about 5 days now. It's been milling it. And these are 10-hour, sometimes 11-hour days of running this machine. Sometimes it's only just to get like a foot, maybe a foot and a half of it cut, but we have no choice. That's how these things are produced. And as you can see, this guy here was made by the Seafreight Elstat Machinery Company in Dayton, Ohio. And most of these were produced back in the 40s. Ah, here we go. Allen Bradley limit switch. Let me find you one that's actually got a production stamp on it. And I know exactly where I can find one. But I've got a lot of these, as you can see. Like, there's 1, 2, 3. This guy here is in pieces right now, but we're restoring him. It's getting all cleaned up, rebuilt, so I'll have another one of these to work with. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Running right now. And I've probably got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machines that are going to be running. Sorry, 6. Because I forgot to mention that we have a bigger one. But it's not working right now. This guy, right here. If you can see, he's got a bed that's about 12 feet long. And his cutter head is way over there. That's what this guy looks like. He's all covered in parts, obviously, but that, if all goes well, that guy will be working just like all these other machines. But they're all slightly different. These were all custom designed back in the day, back when we were still at war in the Second World War. So a lot of these were made specifically to make parts for bombs. But obviously their purpose has changed a bit. Now, I'm trying to find for you, one of these has a plaque that actually says the year that the machine itself was manufactured, which I want to show you guys. I think it's really cool. Where is it at? I might not be able to find it right now, but I'll be sure to track it down and show you all. Most of what I'm finding is just these switches. But, yeah. This is my new job. I'm extremely excited. And I am in charge of all these machines, running them, getting projects going. I'm being trained for this. So for me, this is huge. I actually have a department that I can run. And me personally, I've always been looking forward to this because I've wanted some more responsibility in working. So for me, I'm pleased as punch. I couldn't say anything more about this. And this is just my department. There are several, see those machines way over there? Somebody does stuff over there. There's guys that do stuff all in here, because these are all the lathes. Then those orange curtains back there is where guys weld everything. These are all the barrels that I put my scrap chips in. And we have different kinds. This did not take long to fill, by the way. This only took like maybe 2 days of cleaning out machines. Then you got guys over here that are working on stuff, making different types of what's called helicoil, which is the spring stuff over there. Then you've got all of our saws and stuff back there. That back there is shipping and receiving, but because today's Saturday, it's the weekend, we don't have a lot of guys here. It's really just me and the boss. So that's it. But hopefully if all goes well, I will be trained on other departments along with thread mill. So hopefully if all this goes well, within a couple of years, I'll be a machinist. So I'm excited. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day.